Just heard Glass Helix or watched Glass Helix, and the song was called Waiting to Die. And with us right now is Glass Helix. Guys, how are you?
Good. Doing good.
Awesome.
So tell us a little bit about, I know it had to do with all about the quarantine and waiting and in the Waiting to Die video. So before we start talking about how the band has been affected by virus, COVID-19 and all of that, tell us a little bit about the video for Waiting to Die or the song itself.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I wrote it in light of what's happening, obviously. And in a way, it's kind of feeling like we're kind of waiting to die because we're not doing anything like show-wise, you know? And
just
I kind of just try to kind of just pour my heart into that one. Just pulling all those feelings out, what we're going through right now with the COVID things, feels kind of helpless, you know? I mean, we're kind of in a bad spot right now.
So I was going to ask that. That's part of the things that we've been asking the bands that we've been interviewing, because all bands have had, I mean, I've said it multiple times and people probably get tired of hearing me say this, but some of the best songs that will probably ever be written will come out of this time because bands haven't had a chance to go out and play live. They've been sitting at home. They've been writing music, getting ready to record music, or figuring out some way of recording new music. So how have you guys handled being locked down and not being able to play these shows? What have you guys been doing as a band through the COVID-19 thing?
Trying to stay away from my wife and kids.
I hear you.
We're working. Try to work.
Right? Yeah, a lot of people don't. I mean, we deal with, on the show The Sound, we deal with indie bands, signed bands. People are like, you guys, they don't just play music for a living. I mean, you guys have your outside jobs and your other things you got to do. So have you guys been doing a lot of writing at this time, or how's that been going?
Yeah, because that's all we can do. And the only way we can keep as a band of brothers going is writing, because that's when we're reacting with each other the most. You know, we're giving each other our feedback and our personal feelings on everything. And so we start pouring our heart and souls, where before we were just writing just to write and say, like, let's write the coolest riff we possibly can. Now it's like, dude, I really feel this riff. I feel it pumping through me. And then Thomas comes in and writes his lyrics to it. And he speaks the sound of the music to me. And I think he just represents with his lyrics everything we are going through during this time.
I got you. So tell me how Glass Helix came out. Let's start the origin story of Glass Helix, because you guys are from Colorado.
Yeah.
Of course, this is being watched down in the Gulf Coast region, so Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, Texas. So there may be some people down here that haven't had a chance to meet Glass Helix. So let's start the origin story. Where'd you guys come from? How'd you guys meet, and all that kind of stuff?
Well, you know, I was traveling through the desert one day and I kicked a rock and there was Thomas. And I was like, do you need help out of this hole? And
a really big rock.
So I grabbed my shovel out of my truck and started digging. Brought him out.
Harsh times.
Harsh times. Origin story of Glass Helix is, you know, I'm not a native of Colorado. These guys are.
No,
and
I'm from Germany.
So it's an honor to be accepted by some natives into joining a group. But basically, I had a bunch of riffs that when I moved out here, and I had no one to work with them. So I put an ad out and said, hey, I'm looking for a singer that wants to collaborate with me on music, because I can't sing for crap. If you heard me sing, you would die. So Thomas came over, and the first time I met him, instead of hanging out and getting coffee or something or getting a beer, I was like, come into my studio and sing your lyrics. No pressure. And that's how we met. And, you know, he came in and nailed it. And it was funny because when he messaged me, he tried to sing to the song that I wrote via telephone. And it sounded like crap. and he was just, you know, he just bugged me enough that I was like, dude, all right, come over. Let's try this. And when he came over, we recorded some vocals, and it sounded great. So we put it up online saying, hey, we're looking for a drummer. And that's how we found Matt, which is this guy here. So, yes, there's 2 Matts and 2 Toms in the band.
See, we skipped a step. Tom came first.
Well, sort of. Tom was a guy that we met online that he was kind of the legend. Like, everyone's like, oh, Tom's the greatest bass player. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hit this guy up. I'm just going to hit him up. And I sent him, I'm like, this is some music I'm making. Would you be interested in jamming with us? And he didn't write back for a long time either. He thought we were jokes as well. So then we got Matt. Matt came in, and once Matt came in, Tom's like, "Oh, now you got a good drummer. Let's do this." And that's basically how Glass Helix got formed.
Awesome. So what's the plans for Glass Helix going? Maybe after COVID-19, and you guys are able to get out. What's the future for Glass Helix?
Strippers, booze.
Nice.
No drugs. We don't do drugs.
I'm moving to Colorado.
This guy's the opposite of us. He makes sure we stay in line. He's the one that doesn't drink or anything, so he'll probably be at church. We'll be at the bar next door waiting for him to get out of church.
I'll be the DD.
And then from that point, our music might go downhill because we're just hanging out now. We're not writing music from our hearts anymore. We're just hungover, and he's like, "Guys, I'm going to quit the band if you don't step it up."
Nice. Every band's got to have something though. No band would ever be straight if they didn't have at least that one person. So, it's not the hair band era anymore, and you can't live that way. At least the whole band can't live that way. So somebody's got to have a sense of self and a sense of business.
No, but truthfully, I mean, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We've got, we always have big plans. We have big, high hopes for everything that we want to do. I've heard from one person, aim for the stars, land on the moon type of deal, and just keep pushing. And that's what our game plan is. We had some big tours that we were trying to line up and actually had some good things going on. And then COVID hit, and it was just like dead stop. Everything was done.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're hoping that when this all passes, normalizes, that we'll be able to get back on that. But just a lot of what ifs right now. So right now we're just concentrating on giving the social media platform as much attention as we possibly can.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, the social media platform is where it's at right now. It's going to work out really well as long as you stay strong with it. But we're actually getting to roll into getting to explode. So tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, Explode, yeah. That was our first collab that we did with Fall From Silence. I think it worked out really good.
Fall From Silence is another great local band around here that it's funny how we met them was at a local internet show, and they popped in and they're like, "Dude, we've never heard of you guys." And we're like, "We've never heard of you guys." And you guys sound awesome, and you guys sound awesome. So we stayed in contact after that, and we were like, you know what? It'd be cool to do.
We played a show together.
Yeah, we played a show. We played with them with Head PE not too long ago. And the singers, Thomas and Sean, they were talking about doing a collaboration. So when I had a new riff, I was like, dude, this sounds like that would be a perfect song to have a dueling vocalist thing. And so Sean came in and ripped it up. And so we were like so impressed with it, we decided to make a music video. And we invited the other guys from Fall From Silence and try to make it look like a chess game between the two groups, battling it out.
When I watched the video, I was like, this is pretty unique. It's kind of like it started off with the two vocalists facing off, and it was a great video concept. So good job from you guys.
Oh, thank you.
So if anybody's wanting to get a hold of Glass Helix or check out Glass Helix, tell us how they can find you guys on the web and all of that.
Oh, we're on every social media platform that you could possibly think of. Facebook.com/Glass Helix, Instagram, searching Glass Helix. Spotify is a huge one, YouTube and Twitter. Just type in Glass Helix in the search bar, and we'll guaranteed to pop up first.
That's the best thing about having a unique name. You'll pop up first.
Well, what's really funny about our name is there's a bong company called
Helix Glass.
Helix Glass. And when he first typed up Glass Helix, Helix Glass would pop up. And it's worked out because we get these girls on Instagram that are trying to promote Helix Glass, and they tag Glass Helix. So nice. We get all these like Instagram we get these huge ads, these huge girls that are like Instagram models, and they tag Glass Helix saying, "Oh, such a great rip." And we're like, "Thanks for listening to our music."
That's awesome. Guys, I want to thank you for joining us for just minutes that we had together, and hopefully we can get you guys down here for a show after COVID-19's all over with. So thank you for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.